this clinic. Now I'll speak a little bit about 샌드버그 and instruments and so on and so on. But first I will tell you that I always absolutely like to go to visit Korea. It's a fantastic country. It's a big hospitality and friendly people and very good kitchen. Do you know the big difference between the European, or especially the German kitchen, and the Korean kitchen? In Germany, we sit together with friends or the family. Everybody is taking the stuff on his own plate, and everybody's eating from his own plate, and is taking care for this plate. Nobody else is allowed to touch our plate or taking a potato or whatever. We always take care that nobody comes too close. And in the Korean, my impression in the Korean kitchen, you share everything. You have lots of side dips, and you taste that and this and this, and it's always totally interesting and with lots of different tastes and vegetables, side dips, and this is really fantastic. I like kimchi and your bulgogi and everything. And, at home in Germany, I tried the second time to make my own kimchi. I was really proud. Oh, my own kimchi. But to be honest, it was not so good. It looked good, okay, it was red, and the cabbage, beautiful radish inside, everything, nothing forgotten, but the taste was not so good. but I go further, I will try. Yeah, I'm the owner of 샌드버그 Guitars. My name is Holger, and 샌드버그 is celebrating the 30th anniversary this year. So the company is 30 years old. Yeah, so thank you very much. And we are located, as I said, in Germany, in the north part, which is, I think we have nearly the same climate like you have. So, because it's located in the same area, on the big balloon. So we don't have desert, we don't have so much ice. We have a same fucking cold winter like you have, but not so strong wind. I think you have a very strong wind from Siberia coming down. I often have been here in January or February, and it was really, really very cold, much colder than in Germany. So, and 샌드버그, we currently have 25 employees, 25 guys working in our company. For a German guitar building company, quite a lot. So I think German has a big culture for instruments. So we have big piano, companies, and a lot of small bass and guitar luthiers. Most of them are one or two man companies, around about one or two men. And I think we are the second biggest in Germany. We build around 100 instruments per month. So we are not so lazy like you guess, maybe. Working 8 hours like you do, I hope so. And 5 days per week. Okay, I have a little bit more, but I'm the stupid boss, I must work a little bit more. Yeah, and since a couple of years we have a fantastic guy here in Korea. This is Chang Yang Kang, who did the organization for everything here, and he's our distributor. And your partner, if it comes to your interest in buying or ordering a 샌드버그 bass. And the philosophy of 샌드버그 is to offer instruments with, in all detail, fantastic or very, 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 very good quality parts and a very good price. And I think that can happen because we have a very good production. And we developed this productions in the last 30 years. So right now, actually, we have three CNC processing machines. One machine is responsible for the body production, the other one for the neck production, and the third looks like a telephone cell, but there's no telephone inside. It's a machine for the frets. So we are leveling the frets with a computer machine. So this work is done computer controlled, and but the machines only do the outer line of the body and the neck, The rest is done by hand, which is very, very important for an instrument. This special part of processing by hand gives, I would say, it gives the instrument a kind of soul, because the machine is working always, it's never ill, but is stupid.
Yeah.
As stupid as it is programmed, only can do one thing, and only an employee or a guitar builder with lots of experience can judge everything. For example, the neck shape. So, in the one of the CNC processing machines doing the 3D milling neck shape, the outer line of the neck shape, then it comes to, in the end, it comes to the employee, the guy who is doing the final shape, and he is judging, the neck is a little bit too thick, here a little bit, there a little bit, and finally it is instrument which got a soul. And then the last step is assembling, of course, where all the hundreds of parts come together, the neck, the body, everything is lacquered, and it comes to the machine heads and all the hardware stuff. And I think you can be very proud, because we have fantastic companies where we buy, for example, our complete hardware is made in Korea. So it means the bridge, the knobs, the machine heads, and it's a fantastic quality. And I know this guy since 15 years, and that's why I come over every year to visit the companies, and of course about the food. So we, 샌드버그 designed every detail. So we have our own design bridge, our own pickups, and since 2 years our own machine heads. And I'm not 100% sure, but 99.99% sure that our new machine heads, which are produced in Korea, are the lightest in the world. Each machine head has only 46 grams, which is very, very light. And that helps to make the instrument very well balanced. Because if you can imagine, if the machine head, the 4 or 5 or 6 machine heads are very heavy, made from steel, it's not good balance. If the head is falling down, you always need your left hand not only for playing, you also need it for holding. And this is not good. The instrument should be well balanced on the body. If you have a big belly, it's much easier. So, but we can't take care for your belly. That's why we developed the aluminum machine heads. Okay. And also we create or develop our own pickups. Therefore, we have a small winding machine in our workshop. And when we say, no, pickup is great, sounding fantastic, then we send it to another supplier. It's a very small company, and who's doing our own pickups. So for different models, we have different pickup brands. For example, we have the California TM, the serial model California TM is fitted with Delano pickups, and Delano is also a very, very small company from Germany. They build fantastic pickups, and we think we can't make it any better. The pickups from Delano, especially this TM pickups, fantastic. So that's why we use for the California TM bass the Delano pickups. For the California VM, which is a kind of precision style model, we designed our own pickups because we saw, okay, Delano VM pickups sounding good, but I think it could be a little bit more dirt in the mid, and more kick in the ass and something like that. Then it would be winding for days and days and days and night and night. And finally it came to our own VM pickup. That's why we have different pickup brands for different models. By the way, if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask me. But help me. Yeah, hello.
I'm very great honored to ask you, because I'm a owner of 샌드버그 also, which is my first version of the 샌드버그 was a hardcore reserve version, which was great,
Okay.
which is we really like it.
Yeah.
But some of the guys around me ask me, is it handcrafted 100%? Because heard lots of information from you and lots of information from the YouTubes that most of the process is being made by the handcrafted, but in fact, there's a tons of ways that you guys do with the machines, isn't it? So I'm such a very curious that what is your definition making the instruments being handcrafted?
Yeah, it's a good question. As I said in the beginning, we have we figured out a very good production. So it's a combine of CNC milling or processing and handcrafted. So, but where is the percentage? You know, it definitely every instrument which we send out is a part of every instrument is handcrafted. So, in detail, the complete sanding of the body and the neck is handcrafted. To doing the arm shape is handcrafted. To doing the belly shape is handcrafted. Final neck shape is also handcrafted. Sanding the fingerboard and everything is also handcrafted. But outer line of the body and the neck also is CNC machine.
Look, I help you. Yeah. 이게 100% 핸드메이드로 간다는 걸 여러분들이 만약에 믿으시려면 여러분은 지구부터 창조해야 돼요. 그러니까 나무부터 심고 여기서부터 해야지 핸드메이드라고 우길 수도 있을 거예요. 그러니까 왜 그러냐면 현대는 모두 이제 어쨌든 자본주의고 물건을 대량 생산해서 코스트를 다운시켜야지 이윤을 남길 수 있기 때문에 경쟁이 붙고 있으니까요. 일정 구간은 다 기계로 하게 됩니다. CNC 머신 같은 걸 이용해서. 그러니까 근데 그 CNC 머신이라는 게 사람이 만지는 손의 커브를 따라갈 수가 없어요. 우리 손은 그 공률을 똑같이 준다고 해서 그것을 평면 똑같이 동그랗다고 느끼진 않거든요. 그래서 그것을 판단하려면 전문가가 처음부터 끝까지 다 체크를 해야 돼요. 그러니까 그 부분이 얼마나 전문적이냐에 따라서 그 회사의 최종 퀄리티가 바뀌는 거예요. 그러니까 만약에 모든 거를 핸드메이드로 한다면 탄광에 가서 에나멜을 캐서 금속을 해서 주물을 떠서 핸드메이드잖아요. 그러면 전체가 주물부터 떠야지 처음부터. 그러니까 일정 구간은 모든 전 세계 모든 포데라를 포함해서 모든 베이스들은 일정 구간은 다 반공정 정도는 기계로 가고 있습니다. 그거 명심하면 될 것 같아요.
Sound very good.
Yeah.
I think he's right. Yeah. So I think it's very important to have this final steps should be done by hand. For example, the final neck shape and sanding and so on, and of course lacquering. Once I visited a huge guitar factory in Indonesia and also in China, and they do a perfect lacquering by CNC controlled machines. But there is a big difference, But if the lacquering is done by machine, especially if it comes to a 3-tone sunburst or any kind of burst, it's not the same like done by hand from a guy who has lots of experience in lacquering.
여담을 얘기하자면 그 베이스 공장에 가면은 어느 곳에 가면 음악과 전혀 관련 없는 분들이 그냥 노동자로 일을 할 수도 있잖아요. 그분들은 얘기해 보면 픽업을 1mm 뒤로 이동하거나 앞으로 이동하는 게 별건 아니라고 하지만 그게 왜 중요한지는 잘 이해를 못해요. 그냥 지시가 내려면 이렇게 만드는 거죠. 근데 샌드버그에 가서 제가 봐서 놀랬던 건 거기에 모든 직원들은 베이스나 기타를 칩니다. 꽤나 프로페셔널적으로. 지금 사장 보셨죠? 이 사람이 CEO예요. 네, 놀라운 일이죠.
You own the Hardcore Reserve bass, right?
Yes, one of the very first model that I ordered,
so
with green.
It's our newest version of the 4 different aged versions.
Yes.
So we have 4 different versions for the aging finish. So the first is soft aged, then hardcore aged, and then comes hardcore reserve, and the last step, the last finish is the masterpiece. And the hardcore reserve is 1.5 or 2 years old, and it's something in between the regular hardcore and the masterpiece. And the interesting thing is, for especially for the reserve hardcore reserve finish, we developed a thermo treatment with a university in East Germany. So we did experiments for more than 2 years with temperature and time, and the result is for the hardcore reserve finish, the neck and the body get the thermal treatment. That means we have a big oven, huge oven like that, and we put in the parts like neck and body under vacuum, which is very important. And then it get heated for 12 hours. It's approximately 120 degrees, and the result is that the structure of the wood is changing, and sound-wise it sounds like an old instrument because all the wood cells are distressed, and it's a different sound. You have a little bit more attack and more vibration. So this thermal treatment is not for drying the wood. The wood must be dry before, because it's covered in a vacuum. It can't lose the water.
Yeah.
So the best humidity for wood is, for example, 8%, and when it comes into thermal treatment, it don't lose any water, so it stays in the same 8%.
그게 왜 여러분 서버 트리트먼트에 대해서 들어보셨죠?
네.
예, 그 서버 트리트먼트는 하드코어 리저브 피니시가 나와서 같이 나온 옵션인데요. 지금 말했다시피 나무는 이미 건조돼 있어요. 나무는 이미 충분히 건조돼 있고 그것을 이제 오븐에 넣어서 올드 팬더 같이 올드 악기처럼 이제 나무의 안에 세포질의 구조를 바꾸는데, 예를 들어서 수분이 정말 날아가는 거라면 수분을 빼다 보면 최종적으로 재가 남습니다. 네. 그리고 그 나무는 아주 쉽게 쪼개지게 돼요. 그러니까 나무는 적정량 원래 수분이 있어야 돼요. 그래서 그걸 유지한 상태로 수분을, 되게 핵심적인 건 수분을 유지한 상태로 세포질을 변형하는 겁니다. 왜냐하면 거기서 또 수분을 빼내면 이미 만들어진 넥과 바디가 뒤틀어지겠죠. 빠지는 과정에서. 그게 없이. 그래서 저거 갔을 때 저는 보여줬는데 사진을 찍기 못하게 했어요. 그게 약간 탑시크릿이라고. 그게 나무를 이렇게 이미 만들어진 베이스를 한번 어떻게 포장을 해서 그 안에서 안에 세포질 변형을 가하는 거죠. 그래서 그것이 있고 없고는 좀 사운드에 큰 차이가 있습니다.
You have two different aging versions. This is the Korean hardcore reserve. You can see that it's heavily aged. On the back side, where you have the belt, it's really stressed. And the back side of the neck is also just a little bit aged. And this one is the masterpiece, which is, I can say, unrepairable aged. So it looks like more than 30 years heavy plate from a massive, I don't know, rock, punk, funk, whatever band, you know. But it looks really, really old. And the guy who's doing this job is, he's very, very special. He's only doing the aging, and right now Chris. His name is Chris, and we are booked out for the masterpiece until I think it's October or November next year. So he only
내년 옥토버까지 마스터피스는 충분히 끝났습니다. 힘들죠? 하고 싶은데.
The masterpiece also get a swing-in treatment, vibration treatment. It means the complete assembled instrument is fixed on a wooden plate, and this plate is run by a very powerful amp, like a bass amp with 1000 watt. And I played a loop. It means it is a loop about 8 minutes with different styles, a little bit slap style, finger picking, black and chords, and this runs for more than exactly 100 hours. So it's a little bit more than 4 days. The bass gets vibrated, the vibration treatment, and the result is very close to the thermal treatment. So in the end, you get a little bit more attack and more sustain, and the structure of the cells is changing a bit. So if you would sit on this plate for 100 hours, also your cells would change a bit.
하려면 100시간 동안 쉬지 않고 해줘야 돼요. 여러분 직접 하고 싶으면 차라리 돈 주는 게 낫습니다. 그러니까 여기서 바이브레이션 트리트먼트와 서버 트리트먼트를 간단히 설명드리자면 서버 트리트먼트는 아주 김장으로 쉽게 설명드릴게요. 간제비예요, 간제비. 그래서 굉장히 맛있는 김치가 되기 위한 일단 기본이 되는 건데 문제는 하이글로스 피니시엔 적용이 안 돼요. 그건 이제 흡수가 되기 때문에 일단 하이글로스 피니시엔 적용이 안 돼요. 매트와 일반적인 그 탑 우드하고 그 다음에 에이지드 피니시에 적용됩니다. 바이브레이션 트리트먼트는 모두에게 적용되는 옵션인데 이거는 그 김치 냉장고 같다고 보면 돼요. 발효 시간을 땡깁니다. 그러니까 가끔 여러분들 저같이 약간 올드 피플은 아실 텐데 나이트클럽에 세워진 베이스 기타 사운드 되게 좋은 거 아시죠? 매일 그 연주하는 사람들이 거기서 매일 일하고 거기다 세워놓고 퇴근하고 연주하고 세워놓고 그래서 그게 그냥 소리가 되게 좋아지는 게 있어요. 진동 때문에. 그거를 이제 한 건데 바이브레이션 트리트먼트는 기계가 이제 밑에 앰프가 있고 그게 압력을 그러니까 진동을 계속 연주되는 소리를 스피커로 빼는 게 아니고 어떤 연결된 그런 장치들을 통해서 진동으로 전해서 악기에 직접 전달이 돼요. 그래서 MP3 같은 그런 음악 소리가 살짝 들리긴 해요. 하지만 그게 스피커가 아니기 때문에 직접 들리진 않고 악기가 진동으로 보여줘서 그 악기를 잘 들어보면 그 악기 음악 소리가 조금씩 흘러나와요. 네, 그것을 보실 수 있습니다. 오케이, done. Okay, done.
Unbelievable. Fantastic guy. Did I told you so much? So I think an interesting thing for you is, you know, I very often get asked, how is the sound of this wood or this wood or this wood? And I will give you some information about this because it's very interesting and very simple. When it comes to the point that you sing about the instrument and what would fit to my style, to my musical style, and I can tell you, we have lots of different woods. We have exotic wood with mostly very, very hard and heavy wood, and on the other side, for example, alder is very, very often used for the case, or swamp ash or European ash. And the main difference in between all these different woods is if you have a very heavy and hard wood and you put a string on it and you push the string, that means you give energy to the string, into the string. The string is vibrating, and if you have a really hard and heavy wood, the energy of the string can't be absorbed from the material because it's too hard to be there. And if you have on the other side, on the opposite, a very light wood, light and maybe soft, it's easier to give the energy from the string to the wood. It's easier to vibrate the wood. It means when you push a string on an instrument with, for example, a light and softer alder body, the energy of the string gets absorbed from the wood parts, like body and neck, and so it means the string is losing the energy, and the end effect means you don't have so much sustain because the energy is absorbed from the material. But on the other side, you have a lot of attack, and attack is the description of, you know, it's a kind of time range. When you push a string, you hear a loud tone, but only for some millisecond, and then the tone is losing loudness because the material, the guitar, body and neck, is absorbing the energy. So when you push a string in this direction, is the loudness. This is the time. You have a very loud peak, like bang. But a couple of milliseconds after that, it goes down because the material is absorbing, and it goes fast down. And if you have a very hard wood, like you would have an ebony body, for example, or something else like Kokopolo, Makassar, the energy of the string couldn't be or can't be absorbed so much from the wood. It means you push a string, you get a peak, and it stays on that level for a long time. Because the wood, the bass is not vibrating. You push, goes up, You can go outside, shopping, cinema, have a meeting with your girlfriend, for example.
다 이해하셨죠?
Come
여기까지?
back, and then it's always the tone is always there. It sounds fantastic, but it's not so important for my taste, for the taste of 샌드버그. It's important to have an instrument which gives you the possibility of dynamic and temperament. Do you know the meaning of temperament? Do you know, for example, Italian people, when they speak temperamente? Molto temperamente? Dynamic. This is very, very important for an instrument. So if you want to play very attackful, very powerful, the instrument must give it back, kind of rebounds to you. And then you have a fantastic instrument, because the instrument is doing what you want. You want to translate?
제 생각에 다 이해했을 것 같은데 맞죠? 아닌가요? 네, 맞죠? 그러니까 딱딱한 나무는 당연히 리스폰스가 다르니까 에너지를 좀 더 잘 유지해서 어택까지 올라간 볼륨이 좀 유지되고, 소프트 혹은 스원베이스처럼 가벼운 나무들은 에너지를 나무가 좀 흡수하기 때문에 어택의 에너지를 바로 있습니다. 사실 근데 여러분이 그게 어택이 좋다고 느끼는 건 네, 그 이유예요. 왜냐하면 어택을 바로 잃게 되면 에너지가 댐핑 있게 들려요. 왜냐하면 스피커를 밀었다가 뚱 하고 밀었다 다시 돌아오는 걸 우리가 댐핑 있다고 하거든요. 어택을 바로 잃으니까 스피커 밀렸다 바로 오면서 우리가 댐핑 있다고 여기는데, 사실은 스와스테이 짧은 겁니다. 이렇게 되면. 그러니까 그 중에서 여러분의 테이스트, 그러니까 입맛과 취향이 좀 조절돼야겠죠. 그럼에도 불구하고 스원패시가 좋은지, 아니면 좀 더 무거운 나무가 좋아서 무겁지만 스와스틴이 긴 게 좋은지. 하지만 스와스틴이 긴 경우에 제 생각엔 좀 소리가 다크하게 들리더라고요. 하이 프리퀀시들이 그런 경향이 있고요. 그렇게 또 마지막에 얘기한 부분은 좋은 악기는 당연히 내가 설명이 맞는지 모르겠는데 연주자가 의도한 대로 반응하여 소리를 내줘야 된다. 이런 얘기였던 것 같습니다. 맞지? 제가 영어가 이 정도 짧아서 여러분들도 Do you have a question time or explain to more? Question time? 네.
I was wondering, I was curious about patchwork and the bubble up that you guys have.
Yeah.
How did you come up with this idea?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen such like guitar or bass with that certain kind of.
Me too.
How did you come up with that idea?
Yeah, the idea of the patchwork bass was because we offer lots of options. So it means customer or bass player can select between a lot of different things, like different wood, different finish, different hardware parts, so on and so on. I thought we must display an instrument at a booth on a fair, which shows lots of different options. And then finally the idea was to display a photo of an instrument which is cutted in a special angle and shows different finishes, like high gloss, aged finish, matte finish, and the exotic wood finish. The same for the fretboard. We wanted to show a part of rosewood, maple, and ebony with dots, or blank, or block inlays, meshed headstock, different hardware color, and so on and so on. So we did this bass only digital in Photoshop. So we had, I don't know, 20 different instruments. We cut all the instruments in Photoshop, of course, and then we put it together to one instrument. And I think it was 10 years ago in a music fair in Frankfurt, in Germany. And people liked this banner, it was a big banner. And we very often got asked, oh, can you build it in real? And we said, no, it's too difficult, we can't build it in real, because it's not easy to glue wood together in the special angle and so on and so on. Fretboard, 4 different woods is not possible. And then over the year I thought, let's try it, maybe we should try it. And then finally, next year, we did a real one and placed it on the fair, and it was very successful. We got some orders, and as we posted a photo of the real bass on Facebook, then here, 1 year later, we are very proud, we have a real patchwork bass. A lot of people said, no, it's it's also a photo. But no, it's real. No, it's a photo. It's Photoshop work. No, it's real. And then we made a movie where you can see planes, guys playing space, and then, yeah. That,
제 베이스가 등장하네요.
There you go.
this is Chang Yang's personal patchwork base. And he selected all the parts by himself. And I think he made a good job, because what I like is, in the end we have a matte finish purple. Finish, can you see the color? It's
LCD 퍼플.
purple, and then silver,
알루미늄 피니시.
aluminum, and it's not real aluminum. It's aluminum leg. So underneath the leg is I think it's a piece of elder.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's only, but it looks like an aluminum block. And the next is the color. This is a color what I like very, very much. We call it midnight blue. Have you been out midnight?
Yeah.
It's a star, lots of stars, and yeah, and the sky looks like that midnight blue. And the horns are made from an African wood which is called benji, and the backside is mahogany. So the neck itself is one piece, because it must be stable, you know, we cut it in 4 pieces. But the fretboard is made also from 4 different pieces of wood. We have mahogany, maple, rosewood and ebony. Sometimes here we have block inlays, dot inlays, and it's blank, and meshed head with a gold-plated finish, but I like very much, and orange metallic, and this is black.
But it is, have a little mistake. I ordered last neck part must be ebony. Yes. 그 부분을 에버니로 주문했는데 그래서 간단히 정리하자면 뭔지 아시겠죠? 아이디어는 그 포토샵으로 맨 처음에 그 약간 페인트 공장 같은 데 가면 컬러표 있잖아요. 그걸 보여주는 것처럼 우리가 이만큼의 다양한 옵션이 있다는 걸 보여주려고 포토샵으로 이렇게 배너를 만들어서 뮤직페어에 걸어놨는데 사람들이 와서 진짜 할 수 있어, 진짜 할 수 있어 하니까 맨 처음에 이러다가 몇 년 뒤에 오케이 해보자 해서 진짜 만든 거예요. 네. 그리고 이제 여러분이 보다시피 이 옵션은 샌드버그에서 가장 비싼 피니시입니다. 그리고 저도 역시 맨 처음에 구입한 동기는 여러분들한테 이만큼 다양한 게 있다고 보여주려고 한 거지, 웬만하면 마스터피스 사세요. 사람들은 그게 큰 영향이 없습니다. 제 생각에.
Did he talk something stupid about me? To be honest? Did you?
No?
Yeah, and also the hardware parts are different colors. For example, the bridge, the cover is black, and then the saddles are chrome, gold, aged, and also the knobs and the pickup covers different. Yeah, this is a patchwork. Yes, and every patchwork base sounds a little bit different because it's unique. So means you can select the parts and then it sounds different to another one. Patchwork.
조금씩 다르다고 하는데 제가 패치워크를 콜고에게는 전 세계에서 제일 많이 수입했대요. 근데 조금씩은 달라요. 근데 그거를 동시에 모아놓고 듣지 않는 이상 여러분들 그 차이점을 잘 모를 겁니다. 그러니까 만약에 유니크한 자신만의 독특한 시그네처 베이스를 갖고 싶다면 패치워크도 좋은 선택이죠. 네.
So at our website we offer we have a configurator. That means in this configurator you can create your own instrument. With, we have all in all 30,000 options. That means 4 and 5 string, fretless, fretted, different pickups, different fretboards, different finishes. Matte finish, for example, 10 or 11 different colors for matte finish. Matte finish means there are only 3 very thin layers lack on the body, so you can feel the structure of the wood. It's an open pore finish, and you can feel the structure. Different to high gloss, because high gloss means the instrument is totally closed with lots of layers of lac around, approximately 15, 16 layers of lac. And we have the rare wood finish. We can select in between 13 or 14 different edel wood, rare wood, and as I explained in the beginning, the aging finish. yeah, you can spend a lot of time in front of this.
여기 컨피규레이터 계속 맨날 그 하시는 분들 있죠. 지옥에 빠져서 헤어나오지 못하고 맨날 이렇게 바꿔봤다 저렇게 바꿔봤다. 예, 뭐 컨피규레이터 재밌는 옵션이니까 여러분도 뭐 집에서 자신만의 그 독특한 베이스 한번 만들어보시고 모두알 마음에 들 때 그걸 저한테 보내주시면 돼요.
I brought some piece of different wood for you. I can give it around. You can feel it or smell it or both. And first is a piece of European ash, which is treated by sand. It is sand blasted. It means high pressure sand is put on the varnish on the wood. And the special thing with the European ash is that we have very hard areas and besides that very soft areas. And when you sandblast, you put away all the soft parts. So in the end, you have a very three-dimensional finish, and then you can color it in different nice colors. For example, red, brown, orange, or yellow, or natural. And here you have the guitar.
Thank you very much.
Also sandblasted, and I call it voodoo because it's a little bit voodoo.
Yeah.
So European ash and voodoo sandblast finish. We can do it with every model, whether it's a bass or guitar, 6-string, 5-string, doesn't matter.
저 기타는 인스톡이니까 구매 원하시는 분들은 또 혹시 홀거에게 질문하실 거 있거나 아니면 이다에게 질문하고 있으면
Can I give it to you? You pass it around.
Thank you.
주는 게 아니고 다 만져 이렇게 돌려보라고.
This is very hard and heavy wood. It's called bocoti. So if you choose hard wood for body, it offers a lot of sustain, but not so much temperament. Bocote. Here I have a piece of imbuya, is the name. It looks a little bit like leather, the color and the structure. It's also from Africa. Not booyah, it's imbuya. Super. Imbuya.
Smell.
This is a very beautiful book. It's called Kokobolo. You also make a song about Kokobolo? Kokobolo. Very heavy. Very, very heavy. Very strong song. This is much lighter. This is maple, kind of maple, but not a plain maple. It's called maple burr. It depends on the tree. It has a big variety of color. So this is very brownish, and you also have sometimes you have trees or gold in very bright, nearly white color. This is also interesting. This is tuya from Morocco. Do you know where Morocco is? Morocco?
Yeah.
Tuya from Morocco. And I think everybody knows this. This wood is very beautiful. It's flame maple. Sorry, quilted maple. Quilted maple, not flame maple. It was a test for you. A test, only a test. Quilted maple. The last one I brought is Buckeye burl. This comes from America. It's very light, sometimes huge pores, but it's very, very beautiful. I think we have a base.
여러분 좋아하는 버가이 머리.
Can you see that? This is Buckeye burl. And I can say the guys in the wood section, they hate this wood because it needs a long, long time to fill all the pores.
구멍을 다 막아야 되니까 싫어한대요. 진짜 갈 거야. 저 혹시 인스톡이니까 관심 있으신 분들.
But it's very, very soft and very light. So it means this an instrument with Buckeye burl offers a lot of attack. So now we are coming to Idaneelson's signature bass. Ida has a signature bass. He has two signature basses. an old version, and this is a very, very new version. We developed at the beginning of this year. So Ida came over to our factory, I say workshop. It's not a factory. For me, a factory is like big car factory with thousands of employees. So I say workshop. So and within a couple of days we developed her own signature instrument. And Ida, can you tell a little bit about the instrument? Super.
Yeah. So basically I wanted to make a bass that sounded good for the stuff I play, because I feel like you can't find one instrument that sounds good for everything, but you can try. And I wanted a bass that sounded good for what I play most, which is funk and rock, hop. Yeah. So I tried out a tester bass with where you could change over the pickups. So these are the pickups I ended up with in this position, because I was moving it all around and I was trying different pickups, but I can tell you why. I have this Music Man style pickup plus a jazz bass style pickup. And if you hear the difference between the two, this. Then you have the very nasally sound, right? I like actually to add a little bit of a. So this is very good for that type of playing. And then to get in a completely different world, I wanted this, because this sounds old, which I really like, because I like old school funk. So also for a slapping, sounds old, and I really like that. So these are two completely different sounds that I have here. And if you combine both pickups, you get a very nice sounding neutral bass sound. I think that sounds good for everything. So that's good for. Yeah, so that is the combination. Now the little trick about this, because this is my signature model, is we added a little extra dot here, which is how I normally always put my pickups when I play. So I add a little more of this pickup compared to this. So I get a little bit of the old sound, but I still have this sound for more definition. So it sounds a little old, but not too old, and has some body to it. You can hear. It sounds a little bit old, but it still has like a more definition. So like for. Yeah. So that is my signature position. So I guess this is the most important thing about the bass, is how it sounds, but of course also it looks very pretty, as you see. Another feature I have here is this thumb rest that I put in the middle, because just the same as how you put your pickups, it also has a lot to say where you put your fingers, as you can hear. It changes the sound a lot. So if you really want to have completely neutral sound, if you put everything in the middle, I think it's nice if you also have the ability to, or possibility to put your fingers in the middle. Because if you rest your thumb here, it's a different sound, and if you, it's a different sound here. So here, it just gives more options, I guess. So that's one thing. Another thing is the drop D, or the drop any tone you want, which Like, it's good when you play 4-string because then you can actually go lower. Now I have an E. Now it's a D. So I can play. Normally you don't do it, but you know, you can, you have an option of playing a lower note, which is cool, I think. And then another thing is, these dots here, if you add a little light to them, they're gonna glow in the dark when there's no light on stage. And that's pretty helpful if you play on a big stage and the lights go out and the artist you play for is not playing what's on the set list, and you need to figure out where to, you know, where is all the notes because you can't see, then this is really helpful. And I used to, on my other bass, put glow-in-the-dark tape to be able to see, but if you play a long concert, it's like, it's all over the place after and it gets sticky, and so, yeah. And then, my favorite feature visually on this bass, the pick guard, because the pick guard is actually made out of fabric from Korea.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when I told Hugga I wanted, or I had an idea, I wanted a black and gold bass, he was like, you have to see this, and he showed me this piece of fabric, and I was like, yes, that's beautiful. This is what I want, this is the thing. And then he figured out how to put it between two pieces of acrylic tape. Thank you. Yeah, and then I have this amazing pick guard. So I'm super happy about it because I feel like it's making the whole bass visually. So yeah, that's awesome.
We have another.
Yeah, but oh yeah, bird's eye maple fingerboard. That's right. So it's not just plain wood, but and also this bass has been in the shaking machine because I feel like it sounds better when you have.
Shake by myself.
Oh, so he's really strong now. Yeah, and then it has only one layer of lacquer because then it weighs less, which I like because you play a lot. It's heavy on you. So I think I covered it all. Yeah, that's it.
Do you have any question? Ja.
Das war sehr gut zur Musik, Dankeschön. And sorry. No, just a little bit. Es war sehr gute Musik, Dankeschön. Sorry.
Ach so, ja.
So, I speak English from now.
So play 3 more songs in the end.
No. Okay, yeah, thank you.
Wait a little bit, don't go.
Okay.
Play 3
Thank
more
you.
songs.
And
But that was not a question.
yeah, so there's some bases that it incorporates some artificial materials, like graphites or whatever.
Artificial material for the body?
Body or neck.
Yeah, sometimes.
So, as I think, like the wood, they have all different characteristics from,
Right.
you know, every wood is different. But, so,
Yeah.
comparing the ways of making bass, either body or neck, is there particular advantages comparing the natural wood to the artificial material? Because if you make the bass with artificial material, you can control the quality. Like it can be all.
Everything, you know. I think in the end it's good that every instrument sounds a little bit different. So in general you can say that, for example, a bass made from with an alder body and maple fretboard has a very special character. But if you have 10 instruments with the same wood, every instrument sounds a little bit different. You know, and this is good. I think that's the reason why you should go in a music shop and check different instruments when you are interested in. If if you are a keyboard player, you are in a very lucky position. You can order online a keyboard because all these 20,000 Yamaha keyboards sound the same. You know, it's not important to go in a music shop and check 10 different, for example, Yamaha keyboards, because they all sound the same. But instruments, every instrument has a kind of personal note. And this is, I think, but I like it very much. You know, it's not only some artificial stuff. And everything's the same.
지금 맞게 답변이 된 건가요?
네.
네. 약간 보자면 당연히 한 나무에서 자란 애쉬든 엘더든 한 나무에서 잘라도 뿌리 부분하고 중간 부분하고 이 부분하고 다 소리가 조금씩 다를 수밖에 없어요. 그거는 그 제품의 좋고 나쁘고가 아니고 여러분들이 고양이든 개든 다 같이 키우시는 분들 많죠? 겉보기에 다 똑같지만 그 동물들은 다 다른 캐릭터를 갖고 있습니다. 그걸 미워하면 안 돼요. 그렇죠? 네. 그 나쁘고 좋고의 문제가 아니고 약간의 부풀복이지만 사운드 퀄리티에는 변화가 없다고 생각합니다. 저는. 그냥 그 악기만의 개성이에요. 그 만남을 행운으로 알고 그냥 오랫동안 잘 쓰는 게 더 좋을 것 같습니다. 네.
But some years ago we got a request for an acrylic bass, so the body made from acrylic material, and yeah, it sounds good, I must say. So not only wood sounds good, also artificial material, for example, like this acrylic sounds very good. It's heavy, fucking heavy. Yeah. So the neck was made especially for this instrument from wood. I think we had I don't know exactly, but it was a very dark, maybe rosewood or ebony, and then an acrylic body. And in that time we had a model was called Terra Bass. Terra Bass. It had a very special shape. And fortunately, this body was not so super-sized, not so big, much smaller than a California bass, for example. But in the end, the instrument was very heavy. And the first Terra bass with acrylic we made from 40 millimeter acrylic, and it was not playable. It was so heavy. So.
아크릴 베이스 혹시 만져보신 분 계신가요? 그 폭이 지금 4cm라고 했는데 그 굉장히 무거워서 허리 빨리 망가지시는 분들은 추천드립니다. 사람이 그렇게 좀 못 돼요. 좀.
I think it's very good for death metal band wherever we play. Heavy instrument, but not when you play in a normal position.
근데 그게 아크릴이다 보니까 안쪽에다 뭐 광섬유 같은 거 넣어서 빛을 내거나 그런 식으로 해서 무대적인 퍼포먼스를 가져오는 이득은 있어요.
Pan?
이다 샌드버그에 대한 질문도 많은데 이다에게 질문할 게 있으실까요? 플레이나 그리고 기억을 않죠.
I'd like to say it's been a great time to having such a great playing hear from you directly. But one of the questions for me to you is, which position do you like to be heard between bassist and singer-songwriter? Because I think you are a very great, one of the songwriter, but and at the same time you are very good at your bass playing, but sometimes you are tons of having lots of positions and times to playing with the other players as a session player, but at the same time, but you are really love to create your own song. But which position do you like to be heard between bassist and singer-songwriter?
I like both. Yeah, because it's always fun to be able to, play your own music. And since it's my music, I get to play a lot of stuff. So that's, of course, fun. And so that's a big satisfaction. But I also love just to play like regular bass lines in a band and just try. Because I feel like if you're a bass player, you can really make the music sound good. Like how you play. And I love that feeling of playing like something really not flashy at all, but just like really making it all sound good. So So it's different, but it's a little bit like do I like potatoes or rice? Well, I like both, so it's just different. But and yeah, I really like both of it, and I feel like I'm very lucky to be in a position where I can do both. Yeah.
Thank you.
질문 하나만 더 받을게요. 없으면 다음 순서로 진행하도록 하겠습니다.
Yeah.
Different view. Owner and the player kind of view. Like some kind of benefit playing 샌드버그 game.
The thing about as a player and an owner,
You're the owner and you're the player.
Yeah.
So you guys different thoughts about.
I don't know. I don't know.
As the owner, as the
Yeah.
what is the benefit?
You know,
You play and what is the benefit about 샌드버그 as a market?
Well, I can answer my part really fast. I love this, especially now this space. But I always loved, before I played this, I played Masterpiece. So I always loved the Stanford bases, the sound, and how easy they are to play, and also the look. So I feel like that's, how you
yeah. And I'm in a very lucky position that I'm not only the producer, and in that time I'm also a bass player again, which I started with in the beginning. And it's fantastic to travel around, meet people like you, bass player,
Yeah.
guitar player, and doing clinics, playing together with Ida is fantastic. Yeah, I'm in a very, very lucky position I'm allowed to do that, producing, and on the other side, doing clinics, playing my instrument or our instrument. And also I can hear the instruments, fantastic.
혹시 여기 판매자로서의 관점은 궁금하지 않나요? 네. 제가 생각할 때 샌드버그 베이스의 강점은 저도 계속 세션을 활동하고 무대에서 베이스를 연주하고 있지만 가장 강력한 점은 이거예요. 혼자 연주할 때 매력을 느끼기보다 같이 앙상블을 할 때 그 능력이 배가 됩니다. 그러니까 가끔 저도 무대에서 연주할 때 전 김종석 밴드에서 한 2년간, 1년 반 정도 연주한 적이 있는데 제가 연주를 하고 있으면 맨날 종성이 와서 밴프 볼륨을 올리는 거예요. 그러니까 들리지 않는다는 거죠. 그러니까 그때 사용하던 베이스는 메이크 이름 말하지 않겠습니다. 그러니까 드러머가 연주하고 있으면 프리퀀시가 다 날아가서 안 들리는 거예요. 근데 지금 여러분도 듣다시피 잘 들리죠. 끝까지 안 퍼지고.
네.
전 이것이 베이스 플레이어로서 또 혹은 판매자로서도 이게 가장 큰 판매 메리트라고 생각합니다. 감사합니다.
Was it some information for me? You told about? Was there some information for me?
No,
You spoke about?
I talk about mid-range.
Okay. I think we can play some more songs.
They waiting gift. 그 전에 먼저 제가 폴포를 위해 준비한 게 있는데요.
So,
샌드버그가 올해로 30주년이 됐거든요.
오.
네.
I guess there's no cigar inside, right?
야.
오. 오.
anybody knows that, but you can lead that. It's a celebration you are 30 years.
Amazing.
Korean letter. Good, right?
Can you tell me what it means?
Celebrating your 30th anniversary.
Wow. I'm really good. 감사합니다.